Hello, I'm Sheila Blanco, Public Information Manager for Savannah-Chatham County Public Schools, here with a district discussion with one of our very important departments that helps both our students and families. I'm here with a couple of representatives from the Department of Student Affairs, Dr. Quintina Miller-Fields and Jessie McMullen. Thank you both for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to talk to you all because this is something that a lot of people may not know about, that we have social workers most of our schools, right? Tell me about how many we have in our schools.
We have 23 social workers in the Savannah-Chatham County Public School District. There is a social worker assigned to every school. They are not located there every day because they have multiple schools, but every school has a school social worker assigned to it.
So each social worker probably handles a couple of schools?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And you actually were telling me that you started with the district as an intern in social work, but back when this department wasn't as big.
Exactly. I started as a school social work intern in 1987. At that time, I was employed and working with the Teenage Parenthood Program, a program that no longer exists in our district due to funding, but was the first social worker hired for that program, and I have been with the district ever since. So worked as an intern and then became employed and loved the job, loved the profession as a school social worker.
Well, it's obviously very important in our schools by the fact that it has grown so much since that time. Tell me a little bit about what the social workers do in our schools and why they're so important to our families and students.
So I think that the foundation of social work is relationships. We work really hard to build good relationships with school-based staff, with community resources, organizations in the community, but most importantly with our families and our students. Because once we have good rapport with the families and students, we can really dig in and figure out what the barriers are to the student's education, and then connect them with resources and support the family and the student to try to eliminate those barriers. So we do a lot of outreach to families. We help with basic needs, meeting those basic needs, food, shelter, health care, connecting them with resources for those, referrals for mental health services. And then we also try to support families and students with their social emotional needs as well.
And I would think that has been a big topic, big area of need this year during the pandemic when so many students were having to learn from home at least part of the year, if not the entire year. Tell me a little bit about how your jobs have changed this year due to what has been going on.
Well, now, if ever before, social workers are so important. As Ms. McMullen just stated, the school social workers serve as a liaison between the family, the community, and available community resources. And now our families are in need. This pandemic has certainly shined light on the things that our families may be in need of. And our job as school social workers is to remove any barriers that may impede academic attainment. So it's very, very important. And sometimes it's not what a person comes to us and asks us or what a person says, but sometimes we can read cues from what they don't say. And based on that, we too can link them with the needs that they may have.
Okay. And I know you talked in kind of a large view of the type of work that the social workers do, how important they are to families and students. I know you all run a bunch of different programs in the schools as well. There are character counts, the Young Male Readiness Camp, all of that. Tell me a little bit about some of the activities you do with our students that help to provide the services.
Yes, we do have the Character Counts program, and there's a collaborative between the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System and the National Museum of the Mighty Eight. And that is something that's infused in all of our schools throughout our district. Yes, we have the Young Males Risers Camp, and that is a camp for students, males only, who are rising 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. It's a 3-week experience housed over at the Student Affairs Department, which is located 400 East Broad Street. We are hopeful that we may be able to do an in-person camp again this summer. Could not do it last summer due to the pandemic. But even if we cannot do it in person this summer, we will have a virtual opportunity because it's so important that we stay connected with our young people and with our families. And then the social workers have a multitude of programs that they offer inside the school building as well. So I'll turn to Ms. McMullen to tell you about some of the great things that she and her colleague did to make sure parents were aware of the services that we provide.
Okay.
One of my colleagues and I, Ms. Majoni and I, we did some outreach to some of the communities that we found had high Hispanic populations. We were spending a lot of time in those communities doing home visits to try to connect with the families and support those students through virtual learning. So what we did is we organized with those communities certain days that we were available just to serve as a resource for anyone that had questions, students, parents. We had a table set up with general school information, but we also provided one-on-one instructional kind of lessons on using the It's Learning platform or accessing their work in Google Classrooms. So we were able to help some students and families troubleshoot some of the issues that they were having at home.
Well, I know from in the communications department, that has been a student population that has been particularly hard to reach because they are not in school. And it makes it difficult when perhaps the student does, but the parents don't speak the language.
Right.
They're maybe not getting all of the messaging that they need when their students aren't coming to the classroom every day.
Absolutely. And another important thing, we spoke about us being a liaison between the family and the available community resources. We're so happy that some of the community resources are coming to us. We've done several programs to offer clothing, food, and other necessary items to our family. So we just applaud all those agencies who are out there who are coming to us saying, what can I do to help the students of Savannah and Chatham County Public School System? So clothes drive, coat drive, food drive, school supply drive. A lot of our partnering agencies have come to us, and we've been able to offer those things to our families. And we're very excited about that.
Well, that is wonderful, and obviously something that has been in need more this year than ever. I think that's all the questions I have for you all, unless there's something we didn't discuss that you feel is really important.
Again, make sure everyone knows that there is a social worker assigned to every school. That information is also posted on our website. So we just want to be there for our families to let them know if they run into a crisis, they don't know how to navigate certain situations or certain resources, please, one call, that's all it takes. Thank you.
And they can call their school directly and ask to speak to their school social worker.
That is correct.
And just to let people know, school-based staff, but also the families and students that we work with, that we are here to be a partner with them, not an adversarial relationship at all. We want to help them get whatever it is that they need to support their family and support their students. So we are here to help.
And if they can't come to us, we'll come to them. And one more important role of the school social workers, unfortunately, even today, we also have a crisis team for things that not only affect our students, but that affect our employees as well. So we are there to serve not only our students, not only our community, but we are here to assist our employees that may be in need as well.